Monday, 7:02 a.m. The smell of fresh brewed coffee fills my modest kitchen as sunlight spills through the bay window. My dog, Lucky, is curled up on his cushion, blissfully unaware of the storm quietly brewing outside our brownstone. Life in Rosebridge Estates is supposed to be peaceful, HOA controlled, neatly manicured, and friendly in that fake, passive-aggressive suburban way. I moved here 2 years ago. Single black woman. Veteran. Software engineer. Quiet. I mind my business. Keep my grass cut. Smile at the neighbors who bother to make eye contact. And ignore the ones who don't. It was fine until her. Karen Whitmore. HOA president. Platinum blonde bun. Sun hat with a ribbon. And that expression like she just sniffed spoiled milk. She smiled wide when I moved in, until she realized I wouldn't join her bake sale committees or let her inspect my backyard for compliance. Ever since, she's made it her mission to correct me. It started with letters. Anonymous, but clearly her. My fence was too dark. My porch light was improper wattage. I laughed it off until I caught her taking photos of my car at night, in my own driveway. The first time she rang my bell at 6 a.m. holding a clipboard, I kept it cool. "This is private property, ma'am." I said calmly, "You need to leave." She didn't. Just stared at me, eyes cold and judgmental. Then, without a hint of irony, "You people always play the victim." I closed the door, without a word. Since then, she's doubled down. Notices for fake violations. Passive-aggressive comments about community standards. And the oddest thing, sometimes I come home and swear things are moved. Like my back gate. The lock isn't where I left it. My recycling been mysteriously overturned. I told myself I was imagining it. Until last night. I came home late from a deployment reunion. Tired. Parked. Walked up to the door and noticed something strange. The deadbolt was scratched. Tiny silver marks. Like someone had been trying keys that didn't belong. Lucky started barking the moment I stepped in. But nothing seemed out of place. I checked the windows. Locked. Nothing stolen. Just a bad feeling sitting heavy in my chest. I didn't sleep much. Instead, I checked my security cam feed. Nothing. But then I remembered I never installed the indoor cam. Just the porch and backyard. I sip my coffee now, staring out the window across the street. Karen is in her yard, pretending to prune a bush that doesn't need pruning. She looks up, sees me, smiles. That same fake, tight-lipped smile. And suddenly I know this woman has been inside my house. And she thinks I can't prove it. But she's wrong. So very wrong. Because I've got a plan. And tomorrow, she's going to walk right into it. Tuesday morning. The sun's just risen, but I've been up for hours. Rechecking locks. Measuring the distance between the back gate latch and the wall. Not paranoid. Precise. Years in the military taught me to trust my instincts. Something's been off for weeks. I just didn't want to admit it. Until now. I've got a meeting at work in 2 hours, but I can't focus. My mind keeps circling back to the scratches on the deadbolt and Karen's smug smile. I pull out my phone and review footage again. Nothing on the outdoor cams. But I never installed the one for the hallway inside. It's sitting in the closet, unopened. Big mistake. Across the street. Karen is outside again, dragging her stupid garden hose around like she's watering something other than concrete. Her eyes flick up toward my window. She sees me watching. Doesn't even flinch. Instead, she waves. Like we're friends. Like she didn't stand on my porch last week and ask if I'd consider painting my door something a little less urban. That's how she says racist things. Dipped in honey and HOA bylaws. This time I don't wave back. I start making calls. First, I contact a locksmith, confirm that someone tried a copy key recently. I already had my locks changed after moving in, but it wouldn't stop someone who had access to the HOA's master set. Karen has access. Then I call Officer Ruiz, the only decent cop I know in this district. Latino, solid reputation. Helped me before when someone left a fake violation sticker on my car that said, "Move out." He didn't laugh it off. He listened. He agrees to swing by later today. Off duty. Quiet. Because what I'm about to do needs precision. By noon, I've installed the indoor cam. Right above the door, motion triggered, silent, discreet. No more guesses. No more doubts. That night, I pretend to leave. I park my car 2 blocks away and double back through the woods behind the houses. It's a stupid risk, but necessary. I slip into my home. Lights off. Lucky is quiet, sensing the tension. I wait. Minutes turn into hours. Then, click. The lock. Soft. Hesitant. I freeze. My pulse hammers. The door creaks open a few inches. Light spills in from the porch. A shadow steps inside. I recognize the shoes before anything else. White Skechers. Karen. She moves slowly, careful. She's done this before. Her hand hovers over the hall table, the one where I leave my mail. She doesn't know I'm filming. She doesn't know I'm watching. Then, as if she's just remembering something, she whispers to herself. Finally, I'll catch her with something. Just one little violation. She moves deeper into my house. I stay hidden in the kitchen shadows. But what she doesn't know is that she's already caught. Tomorrow I'll be waiting, with backup. And next time she walks through that door, she won't be alone. Wednesday, 6 a.m. She did it. She really did it. Karen Whitmore, Rosebridge's self-appointed queen of lawn flamingos and unsolicited advice. Entered my home with a duplicate key, poked around like a nosy raccoon, and whispered to herself like she was in some low-budget detective show. Except this isn't TV. This is my life. And now, I've got her, on camera, clear as daylight, breaking and entering. I barely sleep, but I don't care. I'm wired, charged, a storm tightening in my chest. She crossed a line, and now she's going to learn I don't break. I counterstrike. At 7:15 a.m., Officer Ruiz pulls up in an unmarked sedan. He steps out, nods once, and follows me inside. I play the footage. He watches in silence. No blinking. No jokes. No second-guessing. When Karen's voice crackles through the speaker. Finally, I'll catch her with something. Ruiz exhales through his nose. That's your HOA president? Yep. And you've changed your lock since moving in? Twice. He nods. That's all I need. We sit at the table. Ruiz begins typing up an affidavit and statement for probable cause. He's not in uniform today, but his badge is real, and so is the justice rolling toward Karen like a freight train. I ask the question burning in my throat. Will they actually arrest her? He pauses. They should, especially if she used a master key from the HOA. And that's when it hits me. The HOA is part of this. Karen isn't just a rogue racist neighbor. She's weaponizing the HOA's authority to harass me, to control me, to make me feel unsafe in my own home. And she almost got away with it. Almost. I head straight to the HOA office. It's a converted model home with fake ferns and motivational posters. The receptionist stiffens when she sees me. I'm here to speak with the HOA board about Karen Whitmore. They're not in until I have video proof she broke into my house. Silence. Her eyes widen just slightly. Let me see if someone's available. 10 minutes later, I'm sitting across from David Linwood, HOA vice president. White, polite, sweaty, the kind of man who talks with a smile but avoids eye contact when things get real. Ms. Fields, I'm sure this is just a misunderstanding. Karen has been with us for 10 years. She's very passionate about community standards. She committed a felony. He flinches. If you have proof. I do, and I've already sent it to law enforcement. His posture changes. Less patronizing. More panicked. Look, perhaps we can resolve this without escalating. Karen can be reprimanded, maybe even temporarily removed from the board. I lean in, voice low and level. No, this doesn't get swept under some HOA rug. She invaded my home. This is escalation. He nods, tight-lipped. He knows. They all know. They gave her the master key. Trusted her. Enabled her. Outside, I run into Tamika, a black woman down the block. We've nodded each other a few times, but never really talked. She stops me. Hey, I heard about the footage. Is it true? Every second of it. Her eyes narrow. You're not the only one. Karen's been in my backyard. Told me my garden was too wild. Left a violation about my front porch furniture. Same furniture I've had for 3 years. That's it. It wasn't just me. She's been targeting us. Systematically. Quietly. A pattern of power trips and microaggressions turned into criminal trespass. And how many people never reported it? How many blamed themselves? Tamika puts a hand on my shoulder. We got your back. Whatever you need. I smile, tight, grateful. This isn't just about justice anymore. It's about making sure no one like Karen ever feels untouchable again. Thursday, 5:45 p.m. It's the monthly HOA meeting, held in the community clubhouse, complete with stale cookies, lukewarm coffee, and the smell of fake lemon disinfectant. Tonight, though, it's packed. Word travels fast in Rosebridge, especially when it involves Karen Whitmore. I arrive early. Tamika's already there, along with at least 5 other homeowners I've never exchanged more than a wave with. Tonight, they nod at me like comrades. Quiet solidarity. Karen walks in 10 minutes late, as always. Same oversized sun hat. Same smug look. Clipboard clutched like a judge's gavel. She doesn't even glance at me. She's floating. Completely unaware the floor beneath her is about to collapse. The meeting begins. Karen stands at the podium, tapping the mic like she's the star of her own community theater production. Let's get started, shall we? She drones on about code violations, unapproved mailboxes, someone's dog leaving waste on HOA property. People shift uncomfortably in their chairs. Then I raise my hand. Karen's eyes find me. Her face flickers. Just for a second. Yes, Miss Fields. Her tone is sweet, overpronounced. Condescending. You have a question? I rise slowly. Calm. Measured. My voice steady but loud enough to carry. Yeah. I'd like to ask the board, why does the HOA president have a key to my house? Gasps ripple through the crowd. Karen laughs. Too loud. Too forced. I beg your pardon? I step forward, holding up my phone. I already have it connected to the projector. The screen flashes behind her, black and white security cam footage cued to the exact moment. Click. The door opens. Karen steps inside. She freezes. Half the room turns to look at her. Someone whispers, "Is that her?" Karen's smile disappears like fog in sunlight. This is manipulated. I would never. Really? I interrupt. I tap the volume button. Karen's voice fills the room. Finally, I'll catch her with something. The room explodes. Board members murmur. Neighbors gasp. David Linwood pales like milk. Someone near the back, maybe Tamika, starts clapping slowly. Karen tries to rally. This is a setup. She's making it up. This is harassment against me. I step forward again, not blinking. I've already filed a report. Officer Ruiz submitted the affidavit. You enter my home without consent. You use your position to target me. Karen spins toward the board, desperate. You're not really going to believe her. She's just trying to stir the pot. You know how they are. Silence. Did she really just say they? It lands like a brick. Every person of color in that room hears it, feels it. David Linwood clears his throat. Karen, we've seen the footage. We've reviewed the master key log. It was signed out in your name. This is indefensible. Karen stammers, reaching for anything. I was investigating a violation. I had reason to believe. You had no right to enter her home. I say, none. The door opens behind us. 2 uniformed officers step in, quiet and deliberate. Karen turns and sees them. Her face drains of color. Karen Whitmore? Yes, she says, barely audible. You're under arrest for trespassing, unlawful entry, and abuse of authority under civil code statutes. They move toward her. No, you don't understand. I run this neighborhood. I make the rules. I was trying to protect our standards. Cuffs click behind her back. Her voice cracks. You're ruining everything. She doesn't belong here. Ruiz enters from the side, arms folded. Funny, he says. That's exactly what you try to do. Karen's head hangs low as she's let out. Nobody claps. Nobody cheers. They just watch. Because justice, when it finally arrives, doesn't need fireworks. Just truth. Thursday, 11 p.m. The HOA clubhouse is nearly empty now. Just folding chairs, spilled coffee, and stunned silence lingering in the air. But online, it's chaos. By midnight, the footage has made it to Reddit. Someone from the meeting, probably the teenager who always skateboards near the mailboxes, uploaded it to our /public freakout with the title, HOA President Uses Master Key to Illegally Enter Black Veteran's Home, Gets Arrested Mid-Meeting. The clip goes viral in hours. By morning, it's everywhere. Karen's shock face. My calm voice. The moment the cops slap the cuffs on her. People aren't just outraged, they're furious. They dig up everything. Old HOA documents. Bias violation letters. Karen's next-door post about preserving neighborhood character and lowering outside influence. Dog whistles, now seen for what they were, sirens. Then a second woman posts. Then another. Turns out Karen didn't just target me and Tamika. She harassed a biracial couple down the block about the color of their curtains. Fined an Indian family 3 times for non-regulation potted plants. Left anonymous notes on the doors of anyone whose last name didn't sound American enough. She wasn't just a nuisance. She was running a one-woman regime. But now, that regime is crumbling. By noon Friday, the local news is at my door. I give a short statement. Calm. Collected. Just facts. I wasn't the first person she targeted. I was just the first one who could prove it. And I'm not going to be the last person who stands up. The reporter nods. They love it. It's clean. It's powerful. It's not angry, it's righteous. The best part? Karen is still in holding. She gets released later that evening, but not before facing a sea of flashing cameras and angry reporters outside the station. Her mugshot is already trending, and the headline reads, HOA president faces multiple charges after alleged break-in. Community members demand full resignation. But the real turning point comes on Saturday. I attend an emergency HOA board meeting, this time held virtually. Because let's face it, no one wants Karen in the clubhouse again. The board is rattled, and the community louder than ever. Emails, petitions, voicemails. Over 60 homeowners demand Karen's permanent removal from the board. David Linwood opens a Zoom call with shaky hands and a forced smile. As acting president, I'd like to address the serious allegations. I cut in politely but firmly. They're not allegations. They're facts. On camera. With audio. He nods quickly, adjusting his tie. Yes, of course. That's why we're voting today. He turns to the board, motion to permanently ban Karen Whitmore from holding any HOA position and to begin proceedings for criminal trespass and civil penalties. All hands go up. Unanimous. Then a second motion passes. To change HOA protocol and strip master key access from all board members. Effective immediately. That's not just justice. That's reform. Later that night, I get a DM. From someone I never expected. Karen's daughter. Hi. I'm not defending her. I just want to say thank you for stopping her. She's been like this for years. But no one ever stood up to her like that. I stare at the message, blinking. Even in the wreckage, some clarity finds a way to grow. And Karen? She's not just out of power. She's radioactive. The local paper runs a Sunday headline. Fall of the Queen. Karen Whitmore's reign ends in scandal and arrest. But the best moment? Monday morning. I take Lucky out for a walk. It's cool, quiet. A few folks wave at me. Real waves this time. A young Latina woman jogs by, grins, and says, Hey, you're the reason I came to the meeting. I nod, humbled. As I pass Karen's house, I notice the for sale sign. New. White plastic. Red letters. She's leaving. Running. And guess who walks out the door behind it? Karen herself. No makeup. No clipboard. Just dark glasses, a hoodie, and shame. She freezes when she sees me. I stop, say nothing. She opens her mouth, maybe to lie, maybe to beg, but I hold up a hand. No need. I say, we're done. She lowers her eyes. And for the first time since I moved into Rosebridge, I feel safe. Rosebridge Estates looks the same on the surface. Lawn still trimmed. American flags still hanging. Kids still biking past with popsicles and scraped knees. But something's changed. The silence is different now. Less tense. Less tight. Like someone finally cracked a window in a stuffy room that's been sealed for years. Karen's house is empty. The blinds are drawn. A moving truck came and went last Thursday. Quiet as a funeral procession. No goodbyes. No farewell parties. Just boxes, furniture, and her reputation shattered like glass under pressure. And me? I sleep better. I don't check the locks 5 times a night anymore. Lucky's back to snoring in the hallway, belly up, carefree. I even started leaving my back porch light on, just because I can. But the real win? It wasn't just Karen's arrest. It was the ripple. After the footage went viral, Rosebridge woke up. The board added new community oversight rules. No one person can sign out HOA keys without a second board member present. All violations now require photo evidence, and all notices must be logged in a new public system. Tamika was voted onto the board last week. 2 other residents of color were nominated. I politely declined because I've fought my war. Now it's their turn to lead. One neighbor, Mr. Jefferson, an older white vet who never said much before, stopped me on my walk the other day. I serve in Nam, he said, gripping his cane. When I saw the footage, it made me sick. Should have said something sooner. I'm sorry. I nodded. Thank you. Because sometimes justice isn't loud. Sometimes it's a whisper, a hand offered, a mind changed. At the community barbecue this weekend, someone raised a toast, not to me, but to accountability. It wasn't flashy. No fireworks. Just charcoal smoke, potato salad, and nods of respect exchanged over paper plates. I like it that way. I sit on my porch now, sipping iced tea, watching the sun slip behind the rooftops. The breeze is soft. The birds are loud. For the first time in months, I don't feel like I have to watch anything. And then, a kid on a scooter skids to a stop in front of my steps. Maybe 11, brown skin, smart eyes. You the lady who caught the racist HOA president? I raise an eyebrow. I guess I am. He grins. My mom says you're a badass. I laugh. Your mom sounds smart. He rides off, cape flapping behind him like he's got somewhere to be. And maybe he does. The future's got room for more than fear now. I look out over my street, and feel it settle in. Not just peace. Not just justice. Power. The kind you earn by standing up, by refusing to shrink, by turning a breaking point into a beginning. Karen thought this neighborhood belonged to her. She was wrong. Now, it finally belongs to all of us.